Generic greetings! The sun rises and sheds light over a beautiful, flowing, majestic river. As you can see, we have this river that flows all the way past this extra bit of town that's like down from our main section, and it was several feet lower previously because in the last episode we added this dam. This is something that I've been planning for quite some time, and I was always putting it off mainly because I knew if I got it wrong, what would happen is the water level would rise to such an extent that it would essentially flood out all of this, but it looks like it's worked out quite well. Now, I know a lot of people said we could have probably raised it up a little bit further, but for what we did, it was a big gamble. It's worked out very, very well. As you can see, these like piers and docks and stuff have, well, they're not just like 50 feet of of piles, then like just before they hit the actual water. It's, you know, now probably like 30 feet or something, but it's a lot better than it was before. It's raised the level up to something that looks a lot better, especially around this area here. That looks very, very nice indeed. Apparently, does that say wave? Yeah, it says wave. What is that thing? That is a fresh seafood restaurant. It's actually cargo containers that's been converted. I've never seen that building before. That is really, really cool. That's really nice. I like that. And that's also Go Nuts Donuts. Nice. Anyway, either way, we added all of that, which is good. We sorted that out. We changed some things over here, generally adding things like hospitals and whatnot. We added our Featherstone prison, or I guess it would be like Alcatraz 2, essentially. It's just, you know, oh, we actually have, what's this? Is that a police car? It is a police car. It's going to drop off a prisoner, I think. So let's see what it says. That's his correctional facility, and then loads of prisoners. There you go, look. And apparently they walk through the fencing, which is not ideal. Anyway, not a great prison at all, but I like this, and a lot of people seem to really like the idea of that, where you go like through a tunnel and then in here, and then you've got like a little island. That's really cool. And then we also, what else did we do? Oh yes, oh, that's out of water. We should probably resolve that. Hang on, let me just sort this out there, and then there, sorted. Right, we also added some more landfill and some incinerators here. Look, you can hear all the seagulls. Hear the seagulls? There's always seagulls around landfill and stuff, picking up rotten things. Anyway, so there is all of that added. That is quite good. I've made a little bit of a change since the last episode. You can see that there was a lot of traffic around here, and you notice that there's still a lot of traffic. If we go over here, we can see that in terms of traffic, this is still very, very high. But look how look how much better it's flowing. Like, it's coming and going and stopping and starting, and that's because I installed a mod. This is Traffic President, and what that allows you to do is essentially turn loads of options off, like speed limits and had lane connectors and stuff like that, and you can really change different things around. The main thing I use it for, in fact, pretty much the only thing I've used it for so far, is switching off traffic lights. Traffic lights are useful in a lot of situations, but on here, no, you want it to flow freely. Instead of like all of these here, where they can turn right on, like, well, essentially, there's nothing stopping that going here. Nothing's going to come in this way. Nothing's going to be coming from that lane. That is free. You can easily do that. And I think in America, you can turn, even if it's on a red light and stuff, around that way. I think there's something like that. But either way, I removed all the traffic lights from around here, and you can see the traffic is flowing much better. Now, it is still a problem. We do need to alter this somewhat at some point, but that's a future me problem. Current me, however, is really concerned with essentially not the lack of residential, but you can see that there's a demand for residential, and we haven't really fulfilled that. So what we're going to do is we're going to add another residential zone over here. So let's crack on with that. So first thing we need to do is go to roads, and it's going to be standard roads here. And we could, if we want to, add roads with grass. That wouldn't be too bad, but I think we'll just go with the standard roads because that's what we're used to around here. So first things first, we will go for probably a curved road, and we'll go for a curved road over here. And then what we'll do, we'll be curving this round back and forward, and then we'll probably join it up to probably there, like so. Now, I'm very careful because I know it's probably going to try and mess around with like certain things, and it'll probably try and have, let me turn clipping off here. So turn clipping off. I think it's going to, you know, we don't want people like using it as a shortcut, which is probably what's going to happen anyway, but we'll see. What I'm doing now is just connecting these roads up, and this is going to be very similar to what we've done previously. So just add these in. And this is going to be all residential. And there's certain sections like this where we'll have to be careful. But there we are. And we could have another one around here, but I think that'll do us for now. Right, so we want to have all this as residential. We could use high density. Oh, do you want high density or low density? I think low density is probably the best for what we want to accomplish over here. So we'll just designate all that as residential. And obviously we do need to then fill these up. And do I want this as residential? I don't think I want this as residential. I think this wants just to be a road up until we get to perhaps here. Perhaps here I think it'll be okay. And then the rest can be residential. Even though this is like a fairly big road, eventually we'll probably have to change that. In fact, we might go ahead and change the other side of it. Because I don't know what's going to be on that side. Ideally, we don't want that residential. But there we go. There's some residential. All done. Obviously, we have to connect up all of the water and power, in fact, because there's no power going over there. So we do need to resolve that. But let's just sort the water out first. So first things first, just to run water around it. Standard rule is just... Actually, the best way of doing it is like this. Just grid it across. That's like... I find the best way of doing the water. You get the most efficient coverage and it just fixes it. Right, excellent. We've got a total of 21,967 people in the city getting some amount per tick. I mean, we're getting in like 50 odd to 60 odd. So it's not too bad. Money, we are actually losing money, but not really at a great rate. I'm just going to put a little bit of money in there, like whoops, 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 whoops. So we are starting to make money. The problem you have is that essentially when you're like going on like we are, you get to a point where you get more stuff added into the game, like more of this, more of this, more of this, and you just need to you either really wait and stagnate the game where you just can't really do much, or you sort of have to accept that you're just gonna have to spend. You have to speculate to accumulate. You have to put money. You have to essentially buy a lot of the new things in order for the city to grow, because otherwise they just won't get more people. Anyway, what we'll do, because we know that we're going to get some... We'll probably have some issues over here. We're going to get a couple of things in first, so like schools and such. Fire point as well will probably be a good thing. We'll get that in, like, say... I'll have this on this main road. And I think what we'll have as well is... We'll have... a crematorium and such over here as well. I think that'll be nice. We haven't got a park in. Haven't really got a park, so we'll put a park right next to that. Now, obviously, these are out of power, but that will change once people start moving in. Yes, you can see people are starting to move in, so that's fine. We'll have to run some power over to there. There's actually two ways round by the look of it. You go round here, through that, so that's the main road that goes underneath here. You've also got a small one that sort of curves around, because all this was going to be, or it will be, residential, and then you go along that road, or you go straight across this one, which, as you can see, is for some reason a little bit bumpy. Oh my good grief, just like, stunt jump, and then straight across. Very, very nice. So, I was going to have this curve down and around, and eventually when we buy this out, we will be expanding this, so it goes all the way around. In fact, that's something that, like, a couple of people have asked me to do, like, keep expanding this down the bottom, and I think that might be a decent idea, so let's crack on with that one. Let me delete that road and that road, and... Well, we're going to have to be very careful here. So this is, by the look of it, is that a 6-laner? That's a 6-laner, that one. So it is 6-lane road, which is that one. If I go to upgrade, if it won't let me upgrade, we know it is the same type of road, which it is. It might be best upgrading that with trees, you know. It'd probably look a bit better. That's a lot of upgrading, though. A lot of upgrading to get all the way back there. No, I think we'll leave it for now. Okay, so what we want to do is continue expanding. I'm going to have to delete that. Why can't we? I'm going to have to delete that bit there. Delete these two bits. We'll connect them up later on. So, here we are. So, we want snapping on, curve road on, and we want to go around. Now, very careful what we do here. And that is a straight road. That's perfect. That's pretty much what I wanted. I'm going to curve this round. And like so. Obviously, that's going to then power this down, which is actually not too much of a problem. I've just realised, because essentially this is powering this. That's not much of a problem. What I'll do is I'll connect them up like so. And then I'll delete this section. So we've got some sort of connection, we're alright. We'll be read. So, there's that. And then we will have, I guess it would be, pause it for a second. These are standard just 2-lane roads. Could go around, like, curve around with that one as well. Or does it, it's like double bridge. Not too bad. See if we can go for... Is there any way to have this road connect up? There is. We can do that. Excellent. That's what I wanted. Right. So what we'll do, we'll have this road curving all the way around. There's our elevation. And this will sort of follow the same rough path. The problem I'm having actually is that I've got essentially too close to the other one, so I'll turn snapping off, because snapping is just a bit of a nightmare at the moment. And we'll curve it around like so. There we are. We've got all this big section back here, because we know that this main road's going to follow around. But this little one, do we just have multiples of that? I don't know. We'll try it. Delete that piece, I don't think it's right. Like that, and then we'll go straight road. Let's snap these together in a couple of places. There we are. So, that could be residential and commercial. Or it could be just commercial. I'm going to change these to commercial because that's what they should be, right? And then what I'm thinking of doing is that, although these are low density, these are like low density residential and commercial. What if we go the other way? We have all of that. It's high density. Now I'm going to go back. Obviously it is paused, so there's no problem here. And we'll remove all of these ones. And these will be commercial. So the front section is always commercial, right? Like so. And high density this time. So it's following the same thing, the same pattern as on the back bit. The difference is that it is high density. So we're going to expand it massively. All this being Riverside. So Riverside being tourism and such. Should really expand it like so. Doesn't matter if you go over a bit, it doesn't really matter at all. There we go. There are now some commercial water inlets, so you can go and look at them and take a nice little tour and such. Right, so there's Riverside. Expanded massively, actually. We will have to have, well, we haven't got a fire station around here, so obviously it's going to be best if we do that. We'll put one in, like, probably there, probably like so. And then same thing for everything else. So hospital, probably, don't know, where can we put the hospital? There is okay, because it changes the land and stuff. Right. Average health's not too bad. We haven't got any saunas either. People can bathe in hot, steamy rooms. Landfills and fulls, apparently. Oh, what's that? Something's full. Cemetery, no. Landfill. Ah, that landfill's full. Right, okay. Understood. what I'm going to do then is probably turn snapping is off. So why can't that connect? That's weird. Look at that. I'm trying to make it go straight across and it's not. Even though snapping's off, it won't snap to there. There we go. What I'm trying to do is just put a road straight across like that. There we go. And I'm just going to put landfill on the other side. I mean, this isn't ideal, but it is what it is. Would you like to take a tour on the train? So you're on the train, right? You think, oh, this is a nice town. And to get into it, you drive through loads of landfill. And then up and down, up and down, up and down on all these tracks. And then totally clean that out like some sort of James Bond stunt. And then you go through all of this industrial bit. But to be fair, this is the industrial area. Like the Crystal Maze. So, yes. That would be good. I really wish we had the Crystal Maze back. We've had loads of other stuff back as well. It's been recommissioned. Obviously, Robot War's been like one of the best ones and stuff. All we need now is Scrappy Challenge and the Crystal Maze, and it's like way nostalgia complete. Right, so this is actually without power, without water, sorry. But this area we haven't really expanded, and I think it's time we do that. So 2-lane road, 4-lane rather, is it? Yeah, 4-lane. Now, curvy road. And sort of curvy round. Like that, right? And then what I'm going to do is have, not a grid system. Essentially, we'll have this. Right. Do you want to connect up to the backs? I don't think so. You might be thinking, what on earth am I doing? Well, this is where logging is going to take place. There we go. And obviously we will connect up at the back. Like so. And we'll connect up there as well. So, and actually, you know what? We might as well connect up there. That might cause a lot of issues, that bit that I've just placed, but we'll see how it goes. So, what we have to do, we have to be very careful here, because we need to change this. We need to add a district, right? So it's going to be industrial specialization, and it's going to be, where is it? Logging, farming, ore, oil, generic industry, farming. Forest, of course. It's the first one. Forest. They're going to have forest industry, but we need to add the district first. So what we'll do, we'll put a big lump here. Like that. And then we'll have to just pause it for a second while we do all the detail work. So we'll have to sort of draw this. And for some reason it does snap as well, which is still annoying. So all of this from here. I'll pause it while we do this as well. And all of this will be our logging. There we go. Oh god. Remove. Don't want that district in there. Remove that to there. Remove a little bit there because it's a bit too far. It's covering the other buildings. Some buildings did stop as well, but it's not too much of a problem. Right. And there we go. Right, so that is Spruce Heights, apparently. It's actually not a bad name. Spruce... The Spruce Works. So, that's got all of the stuff we've had before. All of the other... What are they called? Policies. All the policies on there. But we'll change that to forestry industry. So that's now forestry. And then we'll change all of this to industry. So, it should be a simple matter of going over to here. Cancelling those two. And then changing essentially all of this to industry. And it It is simply a matter of going from there all the way along. It is paused, by the way, so there's no real issue with what I'm doing here. If I'm going over, then it doesn't matter. All of this is industry. All of that is industry. All of these sections here. And there we go. So obviously I've gone over. I knew this. Didn't really matter because we were going to go back and change it all anyway. So all of this we will remove. Or rather we'll move little bits. If it's on this roundabout, it gets removed. We don't want industry there. Right. So that is the spruce works. Now, whether or not that'll get people there is a different story. I have no idea. As you can see, we've still got a lot of issues with people not working around here because of the lack of people. But we should preemptively put in some bus lanes. Actually, get rid of that. Actually, no, that'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3. It essentially goes round like that. Problem is, there's nowhere to get over here from like this area, so you have to drive. Like, I know people have said this, and the thing is, it's just something I'm aware of. It's like, look, I know that I'm actually not planning it out like fantastically. We haven't got a. I'm gonna put this in here. This is our taxi depot. We do have one. Got one there, but we do need some depots elsewhere, which I think is be a good idea. There we go, taxi depot. Actually, they don't like that. Doesn't matter. As long as we've got supply, I don't really care. Yeah, the thing is that if you really want to make an awesome city, you're best off like really focusing on things like your traffic and your what's it called? Your transport and such. Just gonna go over here, and I want to start adding a bit of a taxi rank. Probably there. And we'll have one. We won't have one over there because it's okay. I haven't got any taxi ranks around here either. I assume the suburbs, you don't really have them per se, so you don't really have them too much, I guess. I mean, you would just call it a hire car, wouldn't you? Right, so power over here is actually becoming a problem, as you can see. We'll connect that up. There we go. That should hopefully alleviate that issue. There we go. There's all that sorted. So the spruce works are all in. We will be doing some logging and such. Look at that. It's very... Look, it's all over the place, isn't it? I want to see the industry on this. I don't know how you're going to log that. That's a very manual job. You can't just have a thing that's automatically just going to come down and chop it up. No, it's like it's all over the place. You're going to have very skilled drivers to resolve that. So, God, it does look beautiful at night. I know I keep gushing at night when it's like, oh God, yeah, that's fantastic. Oh God, that looks really good, but it does look very nice. Anyway, we haven't got any piers or anything around here. I would like things like a marina. That would be nice, but I don't think the idea of having a marina... Do we have it on this inside? I mean, do we do it? Yeah, we do have a marina. I thought we did have something like that. We haven't got a riding stable, which is interesting. We could have that. In the hills, maybe? There you go. Oh, no, I don't like that at all. Because it just changes the land too much. Beach volleyball court. That'd be rude not to put that in around here, wouldn't it? Beach volleyball. Where can we put it? Just put it in there, I guess. What else have we got? Jet ski rental. Could put it down here, but the problem is, how do you get to it? When it's down here, it's problematic. We are going to expand the X's down this bottom bit, but I don't know how we're going to do that. Let me just check the power. Power's okay, so we can delete now these electrical lines because we don't need them anymore. There we are. Okay, and let's not delete that. That would be bad. Water we do need to sort out, so expand that somewhat. There we are. So, still more call for commercial, but, well, that's what we've got down here. There's a lot of commercial there. We could also put commercial on this road here, if we really wanted to. It seems to be the way to go. We've got a lot of commercial here, but we haven't got any running that way. What we'll do then, we will have probably 4-lane road with decorative trees. Oh, that's straight road again. Curvy road from there. And then over to there. And then it's a simple matter of having this as high density commercial. There we go. Now there has been some comments from the last episode saying we should really expand the metro system. And I'm not against it, I just don't know where we can realistically expand it to. Like, I don't like the idea of the metro system going from up here and then straight down to here. Like, what sort of drop would that metro system have? It's, you know, just not. It's not possible as far as I'm aware. You just wouldn't be able to have that. But oh, look at that. It does have some lovely sky, doesn't it? Right, yeah. So I don't know if we'll be able to have that. I really don't think so. I think it'll just be too much of a nightmare. It looks like there's people shouting about water here, which is actually a good thing. Not because they don't have any water to drink or flush the toilet, but rather it's because there's people moved in now, which is good. So what I'm going to do is just add more water, grid this up, and then finally here as well. And there's our water. And water supply is good, by the way. Same as the treatment and such. This area here is saying it's got not much leisure facilities. Well, I don't know what sort of leisure facilities it would expect. There's a base. What is that, basketball court? Never seen that before. We could have some around here. Put a basketball court around. No reason why we can't. There's a bit of a basketball court. What else have we got? Plaza with picnic tables. Nice to have. Like that. Little extra bits. Like so. That should hopefully increase that and make people happier. Yeah. That's much better. There's still a problem here because of the distance stuff, because we haven't got parks. But look at that. I've oh, they're starting to move in here as well. But yes, it's something we'll have to go around, I think, and sort out and put more things like parks and such, because we haven't got like parks in certain areas. Like, there's a massive park that I've never even made in the game yet, but we'll put one in because we can. There. Bosh, look at that massive, huge park. Well, when you compare it to like the rest of this. Right, so that's out of power. A lot of staying out of power. Yes, I know, but they haven't connected it up yet. Eventually, you'll get one home, and then that'll actually join them all. But I bet you it's like tiny. No, it's not much at all there. Look, I bet you that's like, yeah, no, it's like 2 power lines distance. It's actually a little further than I thought. But you can see this is slowly changing as people are adding more houses and such. So that's fine. Power availability, however, is actually quite low. We do need to add some more power plants. Some people have recommended we put in nuclear power plant, but as you can see, it does require you to have 34,000 people, and we've only got 23,000. So yeah, we're only what, like a third of the way there, or 2/3 of the way there, I guess. That's for Colossal City. Although Capital City, which we get to 26,000, we get ship new service, we get some new areas 2x2, and we get a harbour and a cargo harbour. What we'll be doing is we'll be expanding to this area, and then we will be able to add like the ports around here, expand this one. Like what I want to do next episode, I'm not going to do it now because we're pretty much running out of time. We need to run a couple of roads down here just to add a little extra one. I'm not going to connect it up to this side, but I'll run it down right to the edge and then have like piers and such and jet ski rental at the bottom. And then when we go along here, we'll have all of the ports because this is where a lot of the shipping comes down. And then eventually we do need to go on this side. Obviously this is a highway, but we can always change that. But either way, we are progressing on quite nicely. As always, comments in the comments and we will go from there. I'm sure there's been some mistakes, there always is, but hopefully I'll be able to resolve that. God, look at all the officers. Apparently the Mithril or whatever it is, Bio, owns all of these buildings. And then there's a clown that owns that one. Maybe that's where the CEO lives. Oh-ho! Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Comments in the comments, and generic partings.